No, I'm from Montreal and I learn about First Nation more, so I want to know, is this a reservation?
Yes.
And why did you choose to come here? Welcome to our Canadian road trip. We've traveled close to 12,000 kilometers in over 2 weeks to tell you some stories. Today we're going to talk about Truth and Reconciliation, the new Canadian holiday to recognize the residential schools that happen across Canada. Our road trip allowed us to discover a lot more about First Nations. We are here in Ontario at 11,000 plus kilometers of our trip and interviewed some people from a reserve. We will learn more of what are reserves in a minute. In the meantime, we are here at 6,000 kilometers, about half a road trip, where we stopped in Kamloops. Here we're talking about Iqaluit in Nunavut, where the North Pole is actually located. There is more than half the population there are native, and there's a distinction between Inuits and First Nation because they were misknown as Indians. We were there in 2016, and you can definitely not get there by road. Let's talk about the Indian Act, which is what made the reserve and the residential schools possible. It is a law that was enacted to protect and register, segregate the native population. I invite you to read more about this and to leave your comments respectfully below. In the meantime, let's see what all the fuss is about with the Kamloops Indian Residential School.
What is the 215 plus? Where is it located? The remains of at least 2 children were identified in an unmarked grave site adjacent to the KIRS, that is the Kamloops Indian Resident School.
The Canadian Truth and Reconciliation Commission finally led to some admission from the Canadian government and apology. There is still possibly some lawsuits and other issues involved. There has been some progress and some good changes. Hopefully that will continue. There is now an office of the Commissioner of Indigenous languages, and many other call to actions that should be undertaken by the Canadian government over the next years. We are still far from reparation, but this admission is a small step towards progress.
Yeah, because we don't have access to the same things that people in a bigger place would.
Yeah.
Like we have to get our water like trucked in.
Okay.
We don't have working water, like access to water here. So we have to get it trucked in.
Why did the Language and Culture Department schedule the GPR survey? Our elder, former student of the KRS, told us stories about the treatment they received at the KRS and about Brother Joseph's orchard. Some of the stories include being woken up in the middle of the night to dig holes at the orchard, about their childhood friends or family members disappearing, Brother Joseph's dogs attacking or chasing them out of the orchard, and parents not being told about a death.
I had the chance to speak to one man whose father has been in Kamloops residential school and was telling people for many years about what happened. It took a long time, but now that we know, I hope that we learn. And most importantly, never do these types of mistakes again.
Of our ancestor and to add to the truth about residential schools.
More on these topics and more on the road trip in the next videos. Thanks for watching, for subscribing, and see you soon.